Gender equality as a multiplier of sustainability. When we talk about sustainable development, we tend to think about energy, water, climate, and poverty. But there is a cross-cutting factor that actually acts as a multiplier for all other outcomes: gender equality. The 2030 Agenda dedicates an entire goal, SDG 5, to achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls. Yet, according to the UN Women Gender Snapshot 2024 report, no global indicator for SDG 5 is currently fully on track to meet the 2030 target. Globally, women hold only 1 in 4 parliamentary seats, and 1 in 4 girls still marries before the age of 18. In the wider Mediterranean, and particularly in the Middle East and North Africa region, this gap is even more pronounced. The World Bank estimates that female labor force participation in the MENA region is around 19% compared to a global average of close to 48%. According to the Secretariat of the Union for the Mediterranean, the gender equality score in Western Europe is around 76 to 77%, while in the MENA region it is around 61%. At the current rate, it would take over 140 years to achieve full equality. These figures do not only describe a rights issue, they describe a huge waste of potential for ecological and economic transition. The Union for the Mediterranean itself points out that if gender equality in the workplace were achieved for the current generation of women of working age, up to $3.1 trillion could be added to the wealth of the MENA region. But why is gender equality a multiplier of sustainability? Recent research published in international journals indicates that when women exceed a critical threshold of around 30% of parliamentary seats, the effectiveness of environmental policies and the quality of green spending improve significantly. Then there is the economic and entrepreneurial dimension. Data from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor show that women-led businesses, despite often starting with less capital and access to credit, have similar survival rates and, in some sectors, a greater propensity to adopt sustainable practices, from energy efficiency to social responsibility. Finally, there is the educational and cultural dimension. Analyses conducted by UNESCO in several Mediterranean countries show that where the quality of education is better and girls' access to schooling is guaranteed, not only economic outcomes improve, but also indicators of health, civic participation, and social cohesion. The connection between SDG 4, education, and SDG 5, gender, is bidirectional. Gender equality strengthens education systems, and quality education strengthens equality. What does all this mean for universities? It means that gender equity must be seen as a sustainability strategy. Universities can monitor their enrollment and academic career data to identify drop-off points along the educational and professional pipeline, promote mentoring programs for female students and young researchers in STEM and environmental sciences, ensure that committees and decision-making bodies on energy, infrastructure, procurement, and university environmental policies have a balanced gender representation. Integrate explicit reflection on gender dimensions into all SDGs-related courses. From this perspective, gender equality is a lens through which to re-examine water, energy, climate, poverty, and institutions. It is a multiplier. When women participate fully in economic, social, democratic, and cultural life, the likelihood of a fairer, more effective and more lasting ecological transition increases. For the Mediterranean, a young and strategically significant region, making gender equality a priority Therefore means giving more strength to all the other objectives of the 2030 Agenda.